Hello. Hello, welcome to the late night shenanigans. Man, 2 gorilla streams in a row. That's crazy. All right. So, hello everybody. Needless to say, I have a direction. We're going to be doing stuff. Hello. I hope you are doing good, chair. I hope you can explode into many happy confetti as many times. All right. The pen is ready. The green Catman. Yes, I am owing. I owe a green Suo from last night. All right. So yesterday we ran into issues because while we could put into practice somewhat our ability to draw a cube, construction and method of construction was a bit of a problem. Hi, Fluffball. Yes, hi. However, oh, Alana, what are you doing? You trying to get into the backpack? There's nothing but dice in there. Unless you want to go in the backpack and then get carried around by backpack. I've got Kitty doing kitty things. So cute. Fluff. Rotate the cube inside your mind for enrichment. Oh my word. Well, we're not doing ovens this time. This time we're doing balls. Maybe the cat wants to roll the dice. There you go. Let me actually open up a heckin' pop-out window. Spheres, yes, we are doing... Well, we're not doing spheres yet. We're getting to spheres. Spheres is a kind of a necessary part of this. But that's not what we're starting with. You see, we're going even more dummy simple than that. We're going circles. Where is my pop-out? There we go. There it is. So, yeah. Despite the fact that I am... It's circles! Woo! I think it's kind of the funny thing where I am perfectly capable of building a VTuber model that can be rigged and moved. And yet, I'm going back and I'm drawing circles. Something about that just seems very, very backwards to me. I'm using the SpongeBob method here. All right. So, step 1. The basics are scary enough that what if you try to draw a circle but wind up with an egg? Spooky. Well, that's the problem, though. If I draw an egg, then I can't get the right guidelines in place to draw a head, and then I end up with an egg-shaped head. Which is not what I'm going for. Okay, wow, this is a really big size. Okay. I did a little bit of this exercise on my lunch break at work. So we're going to do a bit more. I'm going to do a bit more of it. So the idea here is that I'm going to create some guides. Actually, wait. I need to do this differently. I need to do this, this, this. Go here. Do this. Make it a little bigger. Duplicate it. This is what I should have done last time and I didn't do this. And just do that. Rotate it 90 degrees. That way I know these are identical. Put this in a folder. Put it away. Now we're going to draw the actual circle. We're going to do this carefully. Now, in a way, this is kind of like doing it via cube. if that makes sense. So I've kind of done this before, but I need to do more of it, and I need to be able to do it from all angles. If I rotate it, it should look like a circle in all directions. Circular! Yes, it is circular. Cubes are just short circles. All these squares make a circle, Cher. I have no idea what you're talking about. I should start my timer, though, because I'm supposed to be tracking that. Okay. I need to make it not quite so short. I guess it's technically fine. No, it was fine the way it was before, kind of. Yes, Fluff Balls, there's something you want to tell me in your infinite zoo. Frickin' cat. He's adorable. Alright. So in theory, this is a circle. Now I can do it measured. I think that's pretty clear. I can create this as a measured circle pretty cleanly. From this, I could go on and create a head if I wanted. That is not the goal here. What we're going to do now is I'm going to attempt to do more of a free-handed circle. And I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn it red so I can see exactly how we're doing, because this is more or less our reference to a circle. So how did we do in comparison? We did okay-ish. I should close that. I don't need that anymore. Close something that's pinging me because I don't need it open. Okay. This is attempt number 1. I'm going to do attempt number 2. Become pro at Mario Party, game of drawing a perfect circle, right? That's what all this is for. I'm just trying to become the best at Mario Party. Actually, I should slow down. Do this meticulous. I should adjust my pen sensitivity. Liv! Hello, Liv! How are you? Welcome, welcome. Heckin' 15 stream streak? That's crazy. 15's nuts. Welcome. That's absolutely bonkers. Thank you. All right. Let me go ahead and I haven't actually done pen settings. I haven't really done anything to kind of adjust settings. So I go all the way like this. What is this? Okay, I see. And then this is I have to press a lot harder. Okay, so I'm gonna soften my settings a little bit here. That way I don't have to really press quite so hard to get the results that I want. If I were to go really big, actually, and I were to do this. really easy. I wonder if that's just I need to make the brush bigger. Kind of really getting it be a live, it do be a live. That's circle number 2. That's me taking it a lot slower. I'm just gonna do this a couple of times and get this down in my head a little bit. Okay. This feels really weird to do. This is some Karate Kid level exercises right here. I need to have a little bit more patience with myself here. I need to get out the therapy buddy, I think, as well. I can tell that this is going to be a strain on me physically. So let me get therapy buddy out really quick. Because weirdly enough, I do not have the same problems other artists have. Most artists have problems in their wrists, right? Wrists seem to be the big place that stuff pops up. It's not where stuff pops up for me. I get other issues. Okay. Just me doing a couple of exercises with the putty. Stuff that's supposed to strengthen my hand a little bit, because oddly enough, I have very weak grip strength. Apparently, I have below average grip strength. Not sure how that came about, but it do be true. Which my physical therapist that I saw one time said was abnormal and potentially contributing to my problems. And it's not like I didn't go back because it's like, okay, I thought I was done. Firmly grasp and hold on to the pen and save your life. Yeah, exactly. What's funny is that even she was like, all right, this is what you need to do. These are exercises that will help. You have already kind of helped yourself by not constantly contributing to the pain using heat packs and ice. Here is some therapy putty and some exercises that will help you more so you can potentially be more active. And if things get worse, come back. And they haven't. In fact, they've gotten better to the point where I've, been able to game kind of like I've used to, and do art again. Obviously, I can't go quite as crazy. I still feel it when I do too much in final, but I can play the game. I can raid again. So, safe to say, I do keep the therapy putty in a known location on my desk at all times. So I can use it and do my exercises as I need. Now, the one thing that I do want to do is I eventually want this to get faster while maintaining its shape. can't de-rush. Because if I start rushing, I'll start getting stuff like that. I cut into the middle on that one. I'm gonna try doing just a bunch of, go for a couple of like faster circles. Try to trace it a little more quickly. I still need to make sure that I'm on the line as much as I possibly can be. It's decent, I think is the thing, right? I can draw a decent enough circle. Okay. Let's put this away. And let's draw some circles. So I'm going to draw some circles at various sizes. And then expand them. See how I'm doing. Just some circle check. Okay, so it's a little... Down here is still giving me a bit of trouble. But that's a pretty passable circle. It's not... I'm gonna create a layer called ruler real quick. Ruler. Why is my caps lock not up? Why is my caps lock on? Okay, so I'm gonna create a ruler layer. And what this is going to do is I should be able to rotate this and get identical results. And that one's actually pretty good. Not happy with that. That one is more of an ellipse. That one is not doing it. Oop, can't delete. Turn this off. This is distracting. Okay, that definitely feels like it's not gonna pass. Technically it does. Does it pass in more directions? So the thing is, it doesn't pass if I just rotate it by its center. Which I think is kind of... I think it has to be one of the requirements, right? I should be able to rotate this from a point in center and get an equal result. So this one's not as good. Lovely circle. Draw circles with my selection tool. I think honestly, the lesson here is that I just need to slow down a little bit because I'm drawing decent circles and or correcting to get decent circles pretty quickly. Okay, so let's turn this off. let's go back to this circle. And then I'm going to go pull up the tutorial real quick. And you know what? I'm going to be brave today, and we're going to follow it together. So you guys know where I'm at. Yeah, apparently you guys like the fact that I'm being brave. Tutorial. You know what? I appreciate that you're all supportive of me going to tutorials. All right.
The Loomis method is that method people used to...
I wasn't ready yet. Okay. So, let's go ahead. Pause my timer. Oh, is there not? There is one. Okay. Cool.
Draw heads where you start off with a circle, draw the ellipses to show what direction it's facing, you slice off the side, and then you can add the features on it. People have a bunch of different variations of it, but the base is pretty much always the same. We start with a sphere, and this is also where everything goes wrong, and this might be why the Loomis method doesn't work for you. No matter what method you use to draw the details, if your sphere is drawn incorrectly, the head is going to be wrong. The sphere is made up.
And this is where we started, right? Because I used spheres as my start, and I always have. I brought in cube method as a way to help correct and get more accurate measurements and help with perspective. The problem with introducing cubes into this is that it didn't really help. I didn't really get good measurements out of this. I was closer and more accurate using spheres and the Loomis method effectively. But that was also somewhat inconsistent with some angles that I did as well. Like I could do some angles just fine, and then other angles no chance. I think cube method will help, but I need to, introduce it a little better. Because you're supposed to be able to use cubes to help with perspective for head angles, but I'm not using them correctly. Sphere angles versus cube angles. Yeah, exactly.
5 lines, technically. We have the circle, 2 lines that divide the circle in quarters, and 2 ellipses.
So we have 3 of these lines so far.
For this sphere to be correct, these lines need to be near perfect. They don't need to be absolutely perfect, but
the subtle difference between number 1 and number 2. We can all agree I was doing number 2, right? We can agree on that, right? If I pull up a freaking example of an oven, I think we can agree that that is the case.
There's a very small margin for error. This is where people, especially beginners, usually go wrong. They don't draw the sphere correctly, and then it doesn't really matter what you do on top of that because your foundation is already incorrect. The first thing we need to do is draw a circle, which sounds pretty simple, but it needs to be very close to a perfect circle.
Onyx! Welcome, friendo!
Their circles is that they either slant it to one side or they make one
hello,
side longer than the other. If you use a circle like this as your base, the head that you're drawing will always end up looking too wide on one side compared to the other. There isn't really an easy
How
way
goes
to
it? Hope your weekend is going well.
Working on your line control skills, which I did make a video on recently. An exercise you can do though is tracing circles, which I recommend doing slowly and with control instead of drawing them quickly because you won't really get better at controlling your muscles like that. Another thing you can do is drawing a plus and then draw the circle by drawing each quarter separately, and this will make you better at thinking about the actual shape. You could
been struggling in game.
Oh
no, what game?
Line tools to make the circle, and the issue is that your line control is still going to be bad when it comes to the rest of the lines. So
Minecraft.
Until you improve
Oof.
your line control, the sphere will still look
What are you trying to
incorrect,
do?
even if you're using the line tools. Next, we need to draw the center lines of the
Cobblemon.
sphere.
Ah.
These are just two lines that are perpendicular to each other that go through the center of the sphere. The most important one is the vertical one, because this
So you're all kind of following so far what I was trying to do, at least for some initial 15 minutes of practice, right? I don't know if I want to do that for a full hour though. I mean, I could sit here and do that for a full hour. Should I? Game finished downloading? Heck yeah! What was the game, by the way? I don't think I ever asked. What's the game?
determines the
Spill.
angle of the head. If we
Fucking
want to
launch.
keep the head
Oh my God.
perpendicular to the ground, we need to keep this line perfectly
Where winds meet?
vertical,
Ah,
and if we want it to
have
be slightly
fun.
angled, we need to slightly angle this line. The horizontal line isn't as important, but it is useful for when we need to draw the brow ridge ellipse, because this line is the major axis of that ellipse. The mistake you can make when drawing these lines is not having them go through the center of the circle. Later on, when we add the ellipses, they will be drawn according to both of these lines.
You got this, Art
If
Catman.
these are in the wrong
Thank
spot,
you.
the ellipses will be in the wrong spot, and that will result in your final proportions being wrong. So, make sure that you mark the center of the circle first. Now, I also recommend deciding which direction the head will be facing, because this will help you draw the ellipses. You can do this by placing a dot.
Okay, hang on. I need to do something really quick here. Which direction was I drawing all of my heads yesterday? That's the direction. Okay, I found it. I found the direction that I was drawing all of my heads yesterday. All right, I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna take a second here, and I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick my damn direction. Okay. I'm probably going to need to make this smaller, if I'm being honest. Because I'm going to need room for the rest of a head. So we're going to do that. Okay.
Somewhere in the sphere, and then connecting this dot back to the center of the sphere, and this will show you what direction it's facing. Now for the ellipses, these are probably the hardest thing about drawing the sphere, because it's a very difficult shape to draw, and the way these ellipses are angled matters. I won't go into the perspective stuff, and I'll try to keep it very intuitive. I'll refer to the ellipse of the center line of the face as the vertical ellipse, and the brow ridge ellipse as the horizontal ellipse. The horizontal ellipse isn't that difficult to draw. It needs to go through the dot we placed earlier, and then another thing is that this ellipse will get divided into 4 quadrants by the horizontal and vertical lines we drew earlier.
Was playing Magic? I wish I was playing Magic. To be fair, coworkers have offered if I wanted to play Magic tonight, but they get home way too late for me to
Make sure
play.
that these quadrants have the exact same proportions. So if we flip some of these, they have the exact same shape. That's one of the characteristics of ellipses, and I guess if you want to know more about how ellipses work,
Budget
you can
Italy? Oh
join
my
our
God.
Discord server, because I do have a homework exercise there about drawing ellipses, which might explain it a lot better. The vertical ellipse is a lot harder because
Okay, let's stop there for a second. So we need to get this horizontal ellipse in. Ow. Nope, it's gonna be too shallow. Let me make my pen a little smaller. Okay. I don't think that's going. Yeah, that doesn't quite work because these two are too small. Okay. Okay, let's do this in quadrants here. take this. We don't have to go fast as we do this. I think that's the big thing, is that we don't need to speed run this. We can take our time and go slowly. That's what worked when we were drawing the cube. See, the cubes practice had value because we could just do the same thing we were doing with, you know, cubes and cylinders. Just go slow. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. That was somewhat quick.
Because we can't use the vertical and horizontal lines as a guide. The reason for that is that an ellipse needs a minor axis which goes perpendicularly through the surface of the ellipse. And if you think about it in 2 dimensions, this line touches the 2 least wide points of the ellipse. In the case of the horizontal ellipse, the vertical line that we drew in the sphere was its minor axis. And then an ellipse also needs a major axis, which is just a line that's always at a 90-degree angle to the minor axis. And this one touches the 2 widest points of the ellipse. So again, with the horizontal ellipse, we have the minor axis, which was the vertical line that we drew in the sphere, and then its major axis is the horizontal line, because as you can see, it's at 90 degrees to that minor axis. On the other hand, the minor axis of the vertical ellipse is a line going to a vanishing point, and the angle of this line depends on how the sphere is rotated. And to be able to figure that out, you need to think about it in terms of a box instead of a sphere.
Boxes, baby! We're going to try this, by the way. I'm going to do the dumb thing and go against what it's being telling me here, and I'm going to try boxing here.
And that requires some really good perspective knowledge. What I recommend instead is just kind of guessing. There's basically 3 patterns. When the middle of the sphere lines up with its own horizon line, the vertical ellipse will be perfectly vertical. When the sphere is below its horizon line, the vertical ellipse will be angled backwards, and when the sphere is above its horizon line, the vertical ellipse will be angled forwards. This is not an actual rule, by the way, or it's not a complete rule. It's still true, but there are some specifics that I didn't explain because that would take way more time. If you do want to learn more about it, you could pick up the Complete Guide to Perspective Drawing because it does explain the whole minor and major axis thing when it comes to ellipses. So,
I'll probably need to get this, I'll be honest.
keep this kind of rule.
Admittedly, if there was a deck that I would be playing tonight for Magic, yes, I'm getting distracted. I would be playing my Hope deck again. I need to playtest the shit out of it. It needs to be tweaked and altered and made to function. Because right now I feel like it just doesn't.
In mind, and then also make sure that this vertical ellipse is touching that point that we placed earlier. If you did this more or less right, the point where both ellipses intersect will line up with the direction the sphere is facing. This isn't an indication that everything is done correctly, but it's just one of the conditions that needs to be met. So if it doesn't line up, you didn't do it right. Now let's do some actual attempts.
Okay. Okay. So. Let's try and box this. Actually, let's do this. Let's attempt to do it blind really quick. Because I feel more comfortable attempting to do it blind. I can kind of visualize it in my head a little bit here. It needs to be wider. That's what I'm getting out of that. I mean, this will need to be practiced a bunch from a varying degree of angles. But we've got it. So the question is, now what? I want to go through the whole process, at least initially here. Because I have this. What do I do with this? And I know the art isn't supposed to be like a step-by-step construction guide here, but like I need to indulge this part of my brain a little bit because this is eating at me. This is the part that I'm missing in my head that will give me a bit better direction of where I want to go.
Of drawing spheres now. The main issue that you're going to run into with drawing these forms is line control, probably.
Mother fudger, there's nothing more to this. This is where it stops. Okay, hang on. I need to. Is there a follow-up to this? Okay, the answer is no. The answer is not really. So we have this. Now we need to figure out what to do with it. Okay. Okay. This is fine. Oh, what the heck? Wait, is the throwing system not up? The throwing system's up. Oh, no, it worked. Ow. Okay. Okay. So. If I were to attempt to go from here. To do something with this. I don't know where I'm intending to go here. Unless. Okay, wait. Hang on. Hear me out. Okay, this is probably wrong. But indulge my brain for a minute. feel like we're close. This still gets me. I'm missing something. I'm still missing, like, it feels like one piece. I feel so close. I have to restart my timer. I think we're on. I think. Is this it? Is this it? Do we avoid an oven on the first try? Face measurements might be a whole nother deal here. What a timing for an ad break. Problem still is the ear and how everything connects together. Why am I not convinced? Why am I not convinced? Why am I... We ended up with the... All right. Cool. All true artists are their own biggest art critic. It's true. But I think we can all agree that something is very wrong here. It was looking so good. That was looking so good. I thought I had it. I really did. I don't know. I don't know where I went wrong. It may just be it. It can't just be in face construction because the sphere itself. I don't think the sphere itself is right. So with how I transition to the neck, is that what it is? Because I don't get it. I feel like I'm missing something. Still. There's only so much trust the process we can realistically do here. I need to start scouring through for a reference of this damn angle. I mean, it goes too far back. Yeah, hang on. Let me pull up the old ArtStation head reference that I've been using recently. Probably the best thing I can do, to be honest, because I think it's neck placement. The one thing I didn't realistically cover with this. Let me do that real quick. Okay. Oddly enough, close enough. Now, hey tornado. I just not got it. Is the sphere misshapen? That would fucking do it right there if that was the case.
bed down, no. I think I went and figured it out, and you're what you're about. Well, I know that you never run far, cause you don't even answer. Wanted it and I got home. That one day you get some and you wake up with your problems solved. Yeah, I've been a fool, now I'm down and out. Yeah, but
There is a point to this. A very specific point to this, I might add. Because perspective is a bitch.
Wake me up
Yeah.
inside. I can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Save me.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate right now. Yeah, hug from Tenchi at this rate. Oh my word, this is torture. This is going to haunt me when I go to bed tonight. Thank you for the head pats. Why only half red? Because that is how Red Tail was designed. Get half red. That's some BS. Kitty, hello Riku. How's it going, friendo? I'm just stopping by very exhausted and tired. Get some rest then. I highly encourage it. Get some. Thank you for stopping in. It does help. Get rest. Head pats, thank you. I think head pats are extremely helpful. I am constantly fighting. It's gonna take a little bit of trial and error to get correct here. I haven't done this in a while. We started with an oven. It got better. I am still not the most satisfied with the result. However, it is serviceable. They have a log stove. A log stove. I don't know about a log stove, but at least we're cooking with gas now. This I could feel with a little bit more correction on the hairband, I think. I think we could do something with actually. For just actually this felt good. I've not drawn this character in any meaningful way in many years. I think there is potential with this. We need to stick with it. Ow, Typhon! Rude. Okay, cool. So with that, we're going to see if we can get a second attempt at this. Let's take another crack at this. Okay. So let's grab a reference before we go any further. I'm gonna pull out one of my references of a head that I've just got laying around, and we're gonna see how close we can get to getting this done in 10 minutes. Because at that point, I need to start getting ready for bed, getting ready for some sleep. So, okay. Okay. Proving to be very interesting in its own way. Thankfully, we're not doing a very complicated angle. This is wrong. Doesn't... Oh no. This is where some... Okay. How do I envision that? Crap. How do I... Oh boy. I feel like I just need to let it ride a little bit. Okay, this is better. And the reason why this is better is because the chosen point actually gives me an angle close to what I'm going for my reference. Because it wasn't as... now the head isn't as turned to one side as it was. And that's what was getting me. And broke my brain a little bit there. It's like, why was my brain... Why was it so turned in a singular direction? Now it is not done. Now it's more like this. Oh, I did it all on one. Whoops, I wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, whatever. That's fine. It works out. I basically have it anyway. Turn these off now. I gotta believe. You did just make something decently alright. You can do it again. Hey, hey, what's up, Mayan? Hey, me, what's up? Hey, listen. Oh no, he's Navi. Watch out. Gosh darn it. Lava is hot. Goodbye. Fuck off. Just drop that and leave, huh? You bastard. Can't believe you did this. What a bastard. Drops link to throne. I can, it's my intro. Yeah, this is Mayan we're talking about. He would do something like that. I've definitely done this slightly incorrectly. Ever so slightly. Who is pinging me? Okay. We still have a big. We have a bit of a big forehead problem here, but that's easily fixed. This floof doodling so late. I am doodling quite late. I got home and I needed to practice and thing the measurements. The method I found that potentially could change everything. And so far, it has been decent. It has been decently effective. Hydrate. Okay. So yeah, we're working on head number 2. We did one already. That's not it. We did one already. Which actually, it started out really rough, but we got it there. To be fair, it wasn't as rough as some of our other head constructions, but this one got there. So we're now working on number 2. This ear needs to come down, I think. Okay.
If only I could change it now. Not sure I even would. 'Cause I can feel it in my bones. Regret misunderstood. It's just a feeling that I found. Are we forced to play this out? 'Cause it's not supposed to be this way. Telling yourself
still feel like the head is too big somehow. I am zoned in at this point. I have my objective. You're forgetting I'm here, right? Frickin' darn it! I thought I vaguely heard that coming. Gosh, hello, Raiders! We paused when I had that tab open on. Hello, everybody. Hey, Momo. How was Baldur's? It sounded like you guys were having a good time. Here to take this lovely shout out. Hello, in case you don't know who I am Katsuo Twintail, Catboy hero trainer, and artist of varying skill level, I'll be honest. It's kind of hard for me to place where I am in that regard. But yeah, we go on fun adventures. We do a lot of art stuff these days. Lots of adventures of all kinds. Science fiction, fun with friends, all sorts of fun antics. So you can expect all sorts of adventure. And if you ever need to, I guess the best way to feel it is there are struggles here. I am not afraid to be open about how much I am struggling with things. So yeah, we're all in this journey together. We're all here to learn and grow, and we're all here to chill and be fun with it. I imagine Momo is going right to sleep considering the time of the night it truly is. So yeah, if you guys need to go to sleep, take off, take care of yourselves, get food, water, no judgment. You got to take care of yourselves. But thank you for the raid, Momo. I hope Baldur's was fun. Whew. So yeah. Right now we're working on a second head for the evening. Our practice has been kind of circles and a better way to construct heads. Because the last couple of days I have found that the methods that I had been working on are starting to fail me more and more. This is the second head in a row that I have been able to more or less make something and feel okay with its construction despite not being completely okay on the skull here. Let me move this one a little bit. Oh, that's really funny. What is not good? No, hang on. You need to be connected. Thank you. So we're gonna move this over here. That way we can pull up this one as well. I need to get a little bit better at my stylistic consistency here, but you know, we're getting there, right? These are two heads back to back that look pretty decent. Though this one isn't quite done yet. So let me hide the other one really quick because oh boy, this is where I have to draw. Ow! Rose! Rose, you should be sleeping. It's like it's past midnight. Go to bed. Why are you awake? Oh boy, 3 a.m. Nom. I'm normally this wait this late on a Saturday? What? Gosh freaking darn it. I take a nap after doing shopping. I'm a tax man. I never sleep. All right, all right. Well, I'm glad you're here. Get to see me do art things, I suppose. It has been even longer since I have drawn this particular fine lady here. Ow. The last time she was drawn was a very good long while ago. I'm not gonna even promise that this is perfect. I'm kind of being messy about it from here. I do shopping and I am usually home between noon and 2, depending on the day it needs to be done. Then I sleep till 4:15, 4:30, because subs is D&D, so take a hitter so we can focus. It's like he'll be doing Thursdays since I have a new game that will be starting soon. Ah, gotcha. It's cool. Heck yeah. Speaking of new character, have you seen it yet? I think you need to send me it, because I don't think I've seen this. Oh, sorry. Massive mic bump. What? Well, don't do that. That's not helpful. Sense? Okay, let me have a look. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Nice. Nice. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Okay. That is 2 characters that I have not drawn in a long time. Now their heads are drawn. Though I think one might need a little bit of work. But still, that's not bad. I would love to continue. However, I am already over time. I should be going to bed, and I should have been going to bed like 20 minutes ago. But I wanted to do this right. He's a lieutenant in the guard due to age and has the nickname the Devil. You know, a nickname like that is always well earned. Heckin' yes. Abso-freaking-lutely. Alright. I need to send you guys to somebody. I don't want to just end cold again today. I'll tell you more later. Yeah, I would love to hear more later if I wasn't, you know, just tired as flip and needing to be up in the morning. Good sleep, Katsu. Yeah, have a good night, Rose. All right, who am I sending you guys to? That's the real question, though. Because I don't know. I need to start finding people to raid this late. I don't really have that many targets. Okay, well. Alright, well I guess I think I'm gonna end cold again. Don't want to though, because I got a good chunk of you folks here. Okay. Gotta be somebody. Head pats. Thank you for the head pats. Alright, I do have somebody on my somebody I'm following. Who's playing some Elden Ring. So you know what? Budget, we'll do it. We'll do it. I don't think I've ever raided into this person. I'm gonna raid somebody named Nachagoose. I don't know how I ended up following them, but you know, they're good enough for me. Thanks for the stream. Thank you guys for being here. I'll probably do another one of these tomorrow. Because I've got more characters whose heads I could sketch this way. And I could use the practice. So we're gonna do it. And we're gonna keep doing it until morale improves. So thank you everybody for watching this impromptu stream. I will be back hopefully tomorrow. And make sure to get plenty of rest. Make sure to eat lots of water, drink lots of food. I will catch you all tomorrow. Remember to always take care of yourselves. And train hard, everybody. I'll see you all later. Have a good night.